we just made this, what is it? Acrylic pour resin?
Well, it's a epoxy resin.
Epoxy resin.
But we used art resin.
Okay.
Table.
Awesome.
So we refurbished a table.
Yeah.
Refurbished her work table.
We used an old table that I didn't love at all, and we made it into something beautiful. And so now we're about to show you how to do it. Okay, so this is step one, basically just preparing for what we're about to do, and she's the expert, so I'm gonna have her kind of run through maybe a little bit of like what we need.
Okay, first thing that I did if we were going to be doing a table is I love to go around and tape the underneath. The resin drips, after they cure, they're a little hard to get off, and it just takes a lot more time. So the best way to do that, I like the electrician tape that is, it's like a really heavy aluminum foil, and then you can shape it up into almost a dome to catch any of the extra resin spills.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Then I like these cups because they're the 1 quart mixing cups, and they have all of the measurements on the side. I like to reuse my cups too. Best part about these is when you're done mixing resin in them, you can flip them upside down on either a silicone mat or a shower curtain. I love clear plastic shower curtains because the resin just peels right off of them. So after you do that, you can let it set the 24 hours, or you can start peeling at 22, and it just comes right out into one piece, and then you get to reuse these paint cups. So just less waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love these because they have the measurements and everything on the side in ounces. So art resin is a 1:1 ratio. So it's nice to just be able to do the math right there, not have to waste any more cups or anything like that. So
for sure. Cool. Okay, so what's our first step?
First step is to measure out the resin. Well, we also clean the table.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so dealing with epoxy resin, even oil from your fingertips, that if they're on a surface that you're trying to resin, will cause fish eyes, which is taking the resin and making it pool away from the surface. So oil of any sort, it pulls away, pulls that resin away from it. It won't
stick to the table?
It will not stick to the table.
Okay.
Then. Yes. So that's why they call them fish eyes on the art resin website. So that's really good. So it teaches you how to clean and wipe your tables or surfaces that you're going to be resining.
Okay. So we need this stuff over here?
Yes. The first one we need is the resin, which is that one.
This one? This one? Okay.
And since we want a little bit extra, I think that we're going to do, let's do 20 ounces.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more.
So
24 ounces. So 12 a piece.
Lucky number.
So yes. Is it?
Yeah.
Good. I love numerology, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going to go right to the 12 ounce.
Like exact?
Exact.
Okay.
So if it went a little bit over, then you go a little bit over with the hardener.
Do you put this in right now?
Yes. So we're going to put it in right now.
How long will it take once it's combined?
Yes.
A little over 24, right?
Just a little bit over 24.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. So then you either take a big stick or something that you can scrape the sides with, which, hey, this is actually really good. You'll get right in there. We're going to stir for 3 minutes, a full 3 minutes. And we want to make sure it is all combined together. Scraping the sides and bottom. Yes. Okay, so scraping the sides and bottom. Yes.
Just like this?
Circle. Yep.
Like backwards, forward?
It's better to do it all in one. Yep.
This?
Yeah. Then taking a moment every few spins or every 20 seconds or so. And scrape going around on the sides and getting all of it on the sides and the bottom. I think that this is, to scrape this, scrape the sides, I'm going to have to, well, I think it will scrape a little bit. See, the best part about this too is I can really get those sides, because if you leave any of that, then it will leave uncured resin.
Okay.
and it will like have like sticky parts in your cured resin.
Oh.
So then I'm really going, okay, and then you can almost see, you see the swirls in there now?
Yeah.
See those swirls?
Oh, yeah.
That's the resin that was stuck to the sides and the bottom.
Oh, okay. Crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one.
Okay.
This bottom really scraped that bottom really well. Like this one, just because the angle of this.
Yeah. There we go. A bunch of bubbles in it.
Yes, and so they do have bubbles, and that's what the torch is for.
Okay.
So once we like to let it sit for a couple minutes after stirring, but since we warmed this a little bit beforehand, it slows the cure time down.
Okay.
So that means less working time with it. Since we have a little bit bigger space than just a regular short can or small canvas or whatever, then it is better to just go ahead and get to mixing your colors. Okay. So since we do have that right here, I'll just go ahead and bring these over.
Okay.
This is perfect for wiping the resin because it's lint free. So it's not going to have this, because you want a moderately dust free, lint free room.
Okay, so what do we have here? What is this exactly?
Let's see this one. This is AGA Art Studio. She is amazing. She's from Canada. She has some of the most phenomenal pigments ever. I really love her stuff. It laces and it really combines with the other resin perfectly. Okay. So I really love her pigments.
How much do we put in?
Now we're gonna pour the resin in first.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep our main color. So what's our main color gonna be? I think the black probably.
Black?
Yeah. Okay. If you're wanting since we're covering a mainly black space, might as well go with it. Okay. So we're gonna pour the resin into the cups first. Okay.
And then pour the black in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Which normally we would pour this resin completely out. Okay. Because if there's anything that wasn't mixed properly, then it would get kind of sticky or when it's set completely correct.
Okay. Just fill them.
And you can, what I like to do is just kind of like fill them. I just fill them and then see where I want for my main color, which I think, I don't think we have enough for the main. Okay. So what I'm going to do is pour a little more of this in, and that'll be like maybe our lacing white. Okay. Okay.
So now put black in there?
Yes.
How much?
A little bit of paint goes a long way. So if you're using like an acrylic paint, which you can use an acrylic paint, you don't need very much, which is really nice.
Like a dot?
Let's just start. Just go and I'll tell you.
Like more?
Yep. They say you can use up to 6% paint or pigment. Let's see where we are with this now. Yeah, we need more, but look at this. Look how...
Oh, wow. It turned black quick.
Yes. Okay, see how it's still... You can see the wood. So go ahead and we're going to put more in. Let's go with there. Yep, because we don't want that. Yep, okay. That's good. And then what we'll do is we'll use kind of another actual powder pigment in there, and it'll take care of the rest.
Okay. Just put a black powder pigment in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, you can use up to 6% of the volume of pigment, and it won't affect the curing.
Okay. So, and all of them?
All of them.
6%
Any of them.
is most.
Yes. Okay. Yep. And then let's get a little bit of this powder. So this is the black diamond, so it's like a shimmery black.
Okay, cool.
Okay, all you would need for this is almost just what, I'm gonna have you go ahead and just take out just like
a spoon, like that? Too much?
Yeah.
Too much?
Nope, that isn't.
Perfect?
Yeah, it's actually really good. Okay. I think that'll be actually perfect. Because it will give it just a really nice shimmer. crazy with this one. Let's do a good amount of this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, probably around that.
Okay. Just like this much? No, too much.
A little too much.
Too much?
Yep. There you go. Try that. There you go. Now go ahead and mix.
With this?
Yep.
Okay.
Slowly, because that goes, see how it's like forming to the top?
Yeah.
Like it gives like an actual nice rose gold copper, but then we want to mix all of that in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'll be good, especially on that black.
Awesome.
Okay, now if you're using like a heavy body acrylic, especially with white, you don't need very much, just a little. Okay. Some people even put it like on their popsicle stick. Since we're out of popsicle sticks, I'm gonna put a little bit on here. Yeah, because I'm gonna do something like that.
Okay.
So, right, just like that for the whole thing.
Okay. Just
try
mix
that.
It.
Yep. And keep going.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? How just that little bit.
Yeah. It just like forms and sticks. Oh my goodness. It's like a cloud.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and mix that. And I want you to go ahead and, let me see. Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah, because we're going to get crazy with the pink.
How much? This much? Too much?
That's too much. It's still too much. There we go.
This much?
A little bit less. It's better to just start out a little. There you go. Try that.
And just mix it with
Yep,
this?
with that. Now watch. I'm going to put just a teeny tiny bit of that in and watch it go from that really nice transparent to opaque. Like it like really covers then. Okay, now get to done.
Oh, pink. Okay.
Let's start with this one because this is actually, let's do it kind of over.
How much?
I'm going to go like this.
Okay.
How about?
Okay.
So in case we get it everywhere, go ahead. And we're going to do a lot.
A lot?
Yeah, a lot. And then go ahead and put some of those big chunky ones in.
How much?
Not as much, but yeah, keep going.
Just big hunks of glitter.
Yes, there you go. You go a little bit slower so you don't get, like if you have glitter there, then any of the pigment that catches it, see how it, isn't that pretty though? Like,
it's like a Barbie.
Yeah, it does look like, you look like a Barbie. All right, so I'm going to start with the black for you, and then I'm going to have you start adding some white.
Okay. Now the magic happens.
Yes.
Woo! Oh my, this is fun.
Let's get...
Okay.
And then you're going to actually use your hands and position and spread this where you want it to go. Like one hand.
One hand.
Yep. You can use like a spreader or a big popsicle stick.
Oh.
I like to do this too. Because I'm just more hands-on. I just like to get in there.
So are we putting other paint over it? Oh.
Well, some, like we're going to use one of them over it.
Okay.
Or you can do multiple, but you can kind of keep weaving in and out of these.
Okay.
But like since we're spreading. Okay, I'm going to have you do this one over here. Now I already have this like kind of spread like that, but you know how you can see through some of that already? Some of our other is going to be, we'll go there.
Okay.
Okay.
If anything, it can kind of be like a cool something.
Yeah, so well, it looks like something's peeking through. It looks,
yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and do the same over here and just position it where you want. You'll see that how it feels.
Ah!
It's thick.
It
see?
is thick. Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
And then after, so when it actually hits the other resin, it kind of just, see how it kind of flows?
Yeah.
Now this, like, see how you can kind of pull that over or pull this in?
Oh, yeah.
So you'll be able to do some of that stuff. Yeah, but try to get it close to the other resin because it kind of, it pulls it in anyway. There you go.
Cool.
I'm going to torch this.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
I'll let you do that.
Yes, I'll go ahead and do this.
Okay.
Okay, watch the CD bubbles. We want all of those air bubbles popped. And since
That's
this is,
all this is doing.
yes,
It
it's popping all of these air bubbles so they don't, so it doesn't cure like this. Plus, it warms this up.
To last longer?
It warms it up to so it flows better. And actually when you warm up resin, it cures faster, but you still have a lot of working time when you warm it up. So it's nice to do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Keep going. Okay, stop. Yep. I'll do this side. Oh, hey, you know what? That's going to be awesome. We'll do something fun with it.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun just to use your veining and actually work with it that way.
Okay. Just like,
there you go.
Not too much though?
Yeah, you don't want to do too much because we're going to be blow drying it. We're going to be using a blow dryer. So you can even push this, like the end ones, you can even push them like together. If you want, like, sometimes I just go like this just to see, just to cover more space, but the blow dryer will help us too.
Okay.
So that's nice. There we go. Okay. I'm going to show you what this will do.
Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Holy shit. That's so cool.
Right?
Wow. That is amazing.
Isn't that cool? Like the lacing part. See, this is called lacing. Oh, this is how we're gonna kind of use this clear.
Okay.
We're gonna take that in the middle, and you can lace over this clear, and it really gives a really neat technique. There you go. Okay, I want you to feel how warm that is now.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel how hot?
Wow.
So it's curing faster now, and so it's getting down to the crunch time.
Okay.
Okay.
Just fill it in.
Go ahead and wherever you're wanting the pink, you just go. There you go. And go ahead and you can lace however you want it. Give me this. Go ahead and put your fingers first. Let's go ahead and push that a little bit to where you, And then we're gonna go ahead and torch this again. Okay. Get all the air bubbles out.
Okay.
Now I like to say be careful with the glitters sometimes, because if you do get it too hot and then you start spreading, then glitter can kind of go multiple places. Okay. So if you don't want it, like, not obviously off of here, but like kind of like that. I like to do my glitters last. So like I like my glitters to be my last one.
So they don't get like...
So they don't interweave and make the whole table glitter.
Just like little bitty...
Yeah, they're itty bitty bubbles.
Will it, if you leave it on one spot too long, will it burn it?
Yes, it can. And then it will create a divot. Okay. So if you get too close or leave it on too long, it can create a divot while it's curing.
Okay.
All right, now go ahead and get the dryer. Try to go over where the color is first and move the color around before you move.
On high?
Yep.
Where it's supposed to be?
Yep. Put the color, no, the color first. So, sorry, not the glitter, the actual like opaque colors. Move those a little bit first in case you need to. So tonight you have to get a little bit closer since it's been a longer. And good, there you go. And so you're gonna have to get closer to, there you go, and leave it on longer. And then you can just push and pull different ways. So, yep, I'm gonna take over from here and we can get this. I love this. So push this like a little bit more into this black and kind of, look how cool that is.
Very pretty.
You're gonna have a fire table. And then I will go through and just like a little bit. Now you can take this too. What I like to do, just kind of
take it up from the side.
Yeah, and then look at it how it's swirling, just even off my fingertip. Just kind of give that nice veining that a marble tabletop would have. See, look at that. Okay, so then I just go around and see if I want anything else. Okay, see, this is more of just like that opaque white. And so I have a little bit of that shimmery white. Let's do like a shimmery white vein in there.
Oh yeah, there we go. It just breaks it up.
Yes, it just breaks it up. Now we can really see that table right there. But I like this. See, I like this because it doesn't show any of the flowers or anything, but it gives it like an abstract look. It gives it like a deeper, like you look down and you can see.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of my work is. I have a lot of that different layered look. Good job.
It's cool.
It is cool. Good.
You wouldn't be able to tell what's underneath it.
No.
But it's just like, what is it?
Yeah, just something peeking through. I love it. Yes, and then
white,
just go
okay.
ahead. Now see how it's getting thicker. It's harder to maneuver.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just torch one more time, make sure I get all my bubbles, and then me and you are gonna take kebab skewers and get face level with this and pick out any dust.
Okay.
Because you're gonna see little flecks of dust because it's hard to get a completely dust-free environment. We tried, but unless you have a clean room or unless you have a really, 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 really good tint that just keeps everything out, then it's hard to, you can't have a completely dust-free environment. Okay. Now, resin cures level on flat surfaces. Okay. So no matter what, it's going to cure.
Okay, so we can't build it up. It's just gonna go flat.
And yeah, it will go flat. Unless it like has different cure times, like different, if you place it on at different times. So you just wanna go through. I like, if I'm having it as a run over, I wanna make sure I have it over my edges. So we don't have, because this catches it. I just like to take my finger and just go like this and kind of spread it and move it around the edge.
Okay, so you don't want it clumped over there?
No.
Around there? Okay.
Well, you can, but just as long as this is covered, so it gives it a nice, really smooth, it looks like it's supposed to be like that.
Okay.
Now, if you would like, some people like to add another layer, like right away. And then if they don't want to wait the 24 hours, you can do it 3 to 7 hours later, okay?
Okay.
To add to it. But I personally prefer to wait the 24 hours,
yeah.
Sand your surface with 80 grit, 80 to 60 grit, and wipe it nice and clean, get all the dust off, and then you're ready to pour again. Because you have to sand it to give it a little bit of a tooth, to grasp onto, for the resin to really get into.
Like paint.
Yeah, yeah. I usually suggest to give one last, after it cures, just to sand, if you want, if it doesn't have the complete, if you don't want the glittery, shimmery part pulled to the top, just do a clear coat of the resin. That could also, if something is dotting, we could have left an oil, something with oil on it.
Okay.
So then it will pool away.
Oh.
And that's what those dots are, is it will pull away from the surface. Okay.
I'm not super picky about
No,
things.
I think it looks great. I think you did a really good job. I love your color scheme.
Do we take this tape off?
No, not yet, because it's still, I like to do it about 3 hours.
Okay.
Because it'll still let me grab it and pull it, but it's gelled enough to where we can maneuver it. This is awesome.
This is so cool.
I love it. I love it. New work table.
Yes.
All right. You're
Cool.
done.
All done.
All done.